By the end of today's episode, you'll know how to become SAG eligible in the quickest and most realistic way possible. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today we're going to be talking about SAG eligibility, which is often one of the biggest goals that newer screen actors aspire to. I'll be covering why commercials can fast-track your SAG-AFTRA eligibility, how background work can earn you coveted union vouchers that will help you become eligible, and also how membership in other unions might unlock quicker access to SAG-AFTRA. The benefit of joining SAG-AFTRA is that you're going to find it easier to get cast in bigger productions. Although technically, I recommend becoming SAG eligible and then avoiding joining SAG until you have to. Until you become what's called a must join. Because as soon as you join, there's no going back and you're no longer allowed to do non-union acting work. All right, so here are some tips to join the union faster than if you try to wait to get booked in a speaking role in a major SAG-AFTRA production like a television show. So number one, focusing on commercial acting. Commercials can often be a faster way to become eligible for SAG-AFTRA. If a SAG job can't find a union actor, they can cast you and then file what's called a Taft-Hartley report. And this is usually easier to do on commercial roles because there are often more of them available, and they're usually more open to working with less experienced actors. Now, just note, I'm not telling you to focus exclusively on commercials to become SAG eligible. I'm just bringing this up as an option because a lot of actors forget that they can still do commercials, and what happens is they wind up only focusing on narrative work, which is harder to book and makes it take many years before they're able to join the union. Okay, so commercials can fast track that. The next one is background work. Okay, you can get vouchers. Background acting, basically, it's not necessarily a shortcut, but it is another way that you can do it. And people don't look down on it as much as you might think. So working on SAG-AFTRA productions, some projects have union vouchers to give out, and they're allowed to give these to the non-union actors. And once you get 3 of them by working 3 days on a union set that gives those vouchers, then you'll become eligible automatically. So what you want to do is look for difficult to get to auditions, like ones that are really far away from a major city. And if there's like really bad weather or something, you can go and show up when a lot of the other background work actors might not or might back out, right? And then you're going to have a higher likelihood of getting those vouchers since fewer union actors are willing to go to those productions for background work. The third way to shortcut union eligibility is that you can actually use your current union membership. So if you're already a member of another union like ACTRA or AEA or AGMA, AGVA, you might be able to use that membership to join SAG-AFTRA right away. It's not guaranteed, but you can look up the details if you're not already aware of that. Note that, again, once you become eligible, right, that does not mean that you're in the union. So you can still book non-union roles. It's once you join and you pay the initiation fee, at that point, you're no longer supposed to do non-union work. So when you become eligible, you're allowed to join SAG-AFTRA immediately if you want, or you can wait until you book another union job if it's been after like 30 days or so. So I generally recommend that you wait, okay? Because again, once you join, you can no longer work non-union jobs and it becomes harder to compete because you're competing against really good actors for really higher paid jobs. And so that's why I say like wait and just put the word SAG eligible on your resume and mention in your cover letter for all the projects and submissions that you're doing, and then mention that you're ready to join if needed and you already have the money set aside to join. Just get it as much as possible. And then once you book that next union role and you become a must join, at that point you join, and then you're good to go, because hopefully by that point you'll have 2 pretty decent SAG-AFTRA credits. Well, thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive even deeper on SAG-AFTRA and becoming eligible, I recommend checking out my podcast called How to Become SAG-Eligible for Bigger Auditions, which is episode number 98. You're going to learn all about the exact steps that you'll need to take, along with whether it's even a good idea at your current stage in your acting career to join SAG. Okay, so check it out. Again, it's episode number 98, How to Become SAG-AFTRA Eligible for Bigger Auditions, and it's on the Actors Career Compass. Lastly, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can learn more about how that works on my website, martinbenson.com. I'd love to speak with you, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.